Hi, I'm Dr. Kai Sorensen. Today I'd like to talk with you a little bit about listening. Listening is misunderstood by a lot of people because obviously when someone's talking to us, we're probably listening. I think if I asked any of you to tell me all of your friends and all of your relatives and people that you know, I'd find someone who would say that you're an excellent listener. And I also believe that if I talk to all of your friends and your relatives and the people you know, I'd find people that say you're a horrible listener. So in reality, each of us can be a good listener, and many times we're not good listeners. The difference is listening to understand the other person as opposed to listening to respond to the other person. And when we listen to understand, people will perceive us as good listeners because we're sort of listening beyond the words. And for professionals, social workers, licensed counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists, coaches, listening to understand is critical for us to be successful in dealing with the clients. So today I think it's important for us to understand what is it that we're listening for when we're listening to understand. And the key thing that we want to do when we're listening to understand is to understand the feelings and the needs of the other person. Once we can identify the feelings and the needs of the other person, we can begin the process of attuning. Because at that stage, we can begin to connect with the person. Understanding is not necessarily attuning or empathy. It's an opportunity for us to learn what is motivating the other person to behave in the ways they are. So if they have unmet needs, they're going to be responding in ways to try to get those needs met. They're feeling like they can't get those needs met or they aren't getting the needs met. We need to understand that as professionals. So simply repeating or mirroring back what the person is saying isn't going to help us get at the needs and the feelings. Once we have an idea of what the needs and the feelings are of the other person, all we can do is guess. We can guess what might be motivating them, we can guess what feelings they might have, and we can guess what needs might be unmet. When we approach the client and ask them if our guess is true, they'll either confirm that it is, or they will correct us and tell us instead what it is. So the best thing we can do is to make accurate guesses, and when we find out that our guess is wrong, to go along with what the client has to say. When that happens, we begin to get understanding and we begin to get empathy, and attuning is possible. So please make sure that you're listening to understand rather than listening to respond. Have a good day.